Hey guys, I'm in my bed right now, so it's like you're not going to see me totally clear, but I want to say something very important, which is I see a lot of guys who really talk shit about Masteron, okay? And obviously Prima Bond's another great choice, or there's other great choices for anabolic compounds, but people talk really shit about the anabolic properties of Masteron because in itself, Masteron does not have those inherent, innate anabolic properties, but guess what it does have? And this is what everybody that I see misses out on, okay? Which means it lowers SHBG, the sex hormone binding globulin, okay? And it competes for the receptor sites. And I'm not going to get into a whole biological chemical thing here, but what happens is there's more anabolic like load going in the body as a result. That's just the end result of competition of sex hormone binding globulins. Okay, so what Masteron does is that very well. So in essence, when you run it alongside of other compounds, like say a proper stack, Masteron does that very well, just like Proviron does. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Proviron. Proviron does the exact same thing, but guess what? Masteron does it as well. And guess what? Masteron also has is a anabolic load. So around, I'm going to say around 30% of testosterone, around that. So it's not significant, but it's still there. And the great thing about Masteron is it doesn't have any, not any, but not a lot of negative side effects. Okay, it does have some side effects, but nothing that's too substantial. And every time I run it, excuse me, whenever I run it, my ideal stack is around 300 to 400 testosterone, 300 to 400 Masteron, and around 200 or 300 Nandrolone. Okay. And that's getting away with not having too many or that many, at least, negative estrogenic side effects. I've actually cut it down a little bit since then, even, but that's the one where, like, I blew up. Like, when I did that stack, I literally blew up. So, that's what I wanted to talk about Masteron as far as anabolic properties go. And a lot of people talk shit about it, but guess what? You have to know the history of anabolic usage, and Masteron was one that was actually widely used in strength training. So why would people use it in strength training? Because exactly what I was saying before, it lowers SHBG, and as a result, there's more receptor sites for the actual anabolic steroids you're taking, not just Masteron, other things. Does that make sense? Like it should, because there's a competition of the binding globulins, okay? And I'm not going to make this a whole lesson about that because, to be honest, I do know about it, but it's like I don't want to be talking with my ass too much about it. But this is what Masteron does really well: is it lowers SHBG. So as a result, you have more receptor site availability. It's just simple as that, which means there's more anabolism. So I don't know why people say that Masteron is not anabolic. I really don't. It is. I hear a lot of bodybuilders say it's just cosmetic purposes, but guess what? Back in the day, it was widely used for strength training and world's strongest competition type of guy training. So I'll leave it there. It is what it is. just like Proviron. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.